Miami, Puerto Rico and Bermudas are prime holiday destinations basking in sun, beaches and cruises, but between these idyllic settings, there is a dark side. Ships and planes have mysteriously gone missing in the 1.5 square miles of ocean separating them. 60 years ago, the area was climbing about 5 planes every day and was nicknamed the Bermudas Triangle by a magazine in 1964. Nowadays, there are a number of theories explaining what could be happening there. The Bermudas Triangle, a stretch of water between Puerto Rico, Bermudas and Florida, has been the site of many planes and ship disappearances, and today we're going to know the story of some of those unexplained disappearances. In 1986, a ship called the Pride of Baltimore vanished from radar screens while it was in the Bermudas Triangle, making a trip from the Caribbean to Baltimore. About 4.5 days later, the wreckage and 8 survivors were found, and they revealed that the ship had been hit by a microburst. It happened so quickly that the crew didn't have time enough to make a distress call. The ship was sunk in the downburst, unfortunately with a great loss of life. Disappeared in 1840 from Havana to Europe. It was a French ship that was found abandoned inside the triangle, sailing normally, under full sail, with the charge intact, but the crew had disappeared. Many people have other explanations for the Bermudas Triangle disappearances. Property developer Bruce Jernon claims that on December 4th of 1970, when he was flying from the Bahamas to Florida, he experienced a distortion in space-time. He had made the same trip on many occasions, but he claims that his journey that day was much faster than usual. He noticed a circle shape opening in the clouds, and when his aircraft entered that tunnel, some lines, which he called time lines, appeared, and they were rotating counterclockwise. It was so difficult to keep it level and concentrated on the other end of the tunnel, which was aiming directly for Miami. 5 minutes later, they were landing in Miami airport without any explanation. So how could that happen? Did he travel through a time warp? Some kind of a magnetic anomaly? An energy vortex maybe? If such a phenomenon do exist on Earth, maybe they can be exploded to achieve space-time travel? Or has this already been experimented by some secret project that we are unaware of? Unlikely, but then again, not improbable. One of the most famous Bermudas Triangle disappearances involved Flight 19, happening in 1945. 5 pilots were flying on a bright sunny day. The mission was a routine patrol and then return to base. The pilots were highly experienced aviators, and all the aircraft were carefully checked prior to takeoff. The weather over the road was reported to be excellent, a typical sunny Florida day. So the flight started. Suddenly, Control Tower received a call from the flight, but instead of requesting landing instructions, the flight leader sounded confused and worried. He was saying that they couldn't see land. The control tower asked them what were their position, but they couldn't answer that. Contact was lost with the flight for about 10 minutes, and then it was resumed. But it was not the voice of the flight leader. Instead of that, voices of the crew were heard, sounding confused and disorientated. They couldn't find west. They couldn't be sure of any direction. Everything looks strange, even the ocean, they said. 20 minutes later, the leader called the tower. His voice was trembling on hysteria. For a few moments, the pilot talked incoherently before saying the last words ever heard from Flight 19. It looks like we are entering white waters. We are completely lost. Just don't follow us. Immediately the other aircraft began a search for the last position of Flight 19. They found a calm sea, clear skies, calm wind, and nothing else. There were no remains of the plane, until now. Walls led into another dimension. Atlantis, the last city on the waters of Bermudas Triangle. Aliens kidnapping humans. A monster eating ships and planes. Theories that never had been verified, and it seems that they won't be proved never. The mystery continues.